How y'all doing? It's Service Kareem. But we actually, HK Network, we actually literally are going to bring you some news. So we're going to be talking about the actual latest current information that's going on in your country. And you need to pay attention instead of having your head in the sand. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you enjoy what you're going to be watching, what you're going to be seeing, so you can share this information. I'll be bringing this to you multiple times a week to make sure I cover what's going on, because a lot of you guys are not at least taking the time to actually make changes in your life. Changes is happening all around you, heavy and fast, and you need to know what's going on. Okay, hopefully I'll get some better actual internet so I can go live, and we're going to actually start bringing this to you so y'all can be with me as we actually communicate. So what we're going to be talking about is federal employees that'll be going on February 6th. 2+ million people have gotten emails to come to work or not come to work. And then we also have Meta, okay, parent company of Facebook, Zuckerberg. Okay, so we're going to talk about how he had to pay $25+ million to Donald Trump. Then we're going to talk about the tariffs, because some people don't understand what that means and how it's going to affect people, and they think it's not real and not genuine, and it don't matter. But this is real, and we're going to help you understand and bring this news to you for right now. But I appreciate you coming to watch. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Let's get right into it. Okay. All right.
Reform the federal workforce, which they've looked to do for many years, that if they're working for the federal government, they must show up to the office on time and on schedule. We don't want them. We don't want them to work from home because, as everyone knows, most of the time they're not working, they're not very productive. And it's unfair to the millions of people in the United States who are in fact working hard from job sites and not from their home. As federal employees, they must meet a high standard. They're representing our government. They're representing our country. If they don't agree by February 6th to show up back to work in their office, they will be terminated, and we will therefore be downscaling our government, which is something that the last 10 presidents have tried very hard to do but failed.
I think I have to help you understand what this means. When a new president comes into office, they have to bring down the debt, trillions and trillions of dollars that was adopted by the last president. So when Obama came into office, that was the debt that actually was left by Bush. Okay, when that he said it was his fault and he had to fix it. Then when actually Trump came into office from Obama, he said it was Obama's issue and he had to fix his debt. Then when Biden came into office, he said Trump had issues with the debt and he had to fix it. Now Trump is back in office and he's saying Biden raised the debt. They're looking for money. So it's their job to find money and bring down the debt. So one of the ways is most of them look into the federal, to keep the federal government running, the federal buildings, federal agents, federal workers, and also Medi-Cal, Medicaid, and Social Security. They look where to cut there so they can actually save money while bringing the debt down, because it's a certain amount that they can actually raise the debt ceiling, and then they have to. That's another topic in itself. But that's why they were looking towards the federal. Should we keep them on board? How we keep the federal building open? How we keep that actual federal moving and employees? And they found out that over millions, 2 million of them ain't doing nothing. So why don't we just do what Trump loves to do all the time when he's doing business? You're fired. So that's what's happening. Okay, continue.
Most of the people we're talking about have not been going to their federal offices in many, many years, from even before COVID. But they have nevertheless been paid. Some have worked, some haven't worked, and most of the studies say that some have just gone through the motions. We may ask these people to prove that they didn't have another job during their so-called employment with the United States of America, because if they did, that would be unlawful. As you understand, a lot of people are getting paychecks, but they're actually working other jobs, so they'll have to prove that to us that they weren't. In any event, we're requiring them to show up to work or be terminated. We think a very substantial number of people will not show up to work, and therefore our government will get smaller and more efficient. And that's what we've been looking to do for many, many decades, frankly.
So he's looking to save money, okay, which he's supposed to do. So it's a lot of individuals that just don't technically understand. And if you fire those 2+ million emails, I bet you about 10-20% come back to work, probably 40%. We're going to see. They're going to put the information and I will bring it to you, showing how it actually plays itself out on February 6th, because they got to make a decision. You either take this nice severance package or you come to work. Simple as that. Well, let's see what this young lady has to say, what the sentiment the senator was saying, and what's going on when they're dealing with this actual federal workers don't want to work, and they're not being efficient. And now that they're trying to find money and bring down the debt ceiling, which is a good thing if you live in this country. Okay, so they have to do what they got to do. Okay, so if you support this country, you live in this country, and you want to see the country better, some things apply to you, some things don't apply to you. But I'm just bringing the information for you so you can actually see it for yourself. Listen.
I had you were describing how they sent out this memo to millions of federal employees saying, hey, like, if you tell us by February 6th that you want to resign, we'll pay you your full salary through September, but you got to let us know by responding to this email. I mean, first of all, like, that's almost certainly illegal. But how would you feel if you were one of those millions of employees, like this man that I had a message from at the Minneapolis Veterans Hospital, who was like, I don't know what to do. I've devoted my life to serving veterans at the hospital. I processed thousands of labs. I have taken care of hundreds and hundreds of veterans. And I'm scared. If I take this, will I ever get paid? If I don't take it, are they going to see me as an enemy? It has, as you say, real life impacts. And it's not that these folks are incompetent, though they may well be incompetent, but I think they are creating this chaos in order to it's a power grab. They're creating the chaos as a distraction while they are grabbing all this power.
Okay. So you got a chance to hear from this senator that it's a crazy move what Trump is making. Okay. But needless to say, it's already been signed and it's going down. So you got a chance to see how they go at it with one another. Okay. And they meant it when they said they're going to make America great. And some of y'all don't even know what that means. They want their constitution and what originally was in place, that the powers that be not running their lives and having them choked out and paying all these crazy fees and taxes and America losing. That's a big sentiment of how a lot of the majorities feel. Okay, so you have to pay attention to what's going on because it will affect you. Okay, we already see, and we'll be covering that later on. This week, we already see a lot of individuals that being deported, people being blocked coming over here. A lot of individuals that are here already in fear, hiding out, hoping that they don't come for them, ICE and whatnot. That's another story itself, but it's affecting a lot of people. Now, I am an advocate of you knowing what's going on so you can know how to move accordingly. Okay, but let's go ahead and talk about fine over here when individuals thought that individuals wasn't going to get back in power. You had to be a bold individual to think that you could literally sue. You could literally ban, not sue, but Facebook banned Trump's account. And they actually thought they could get away with that. This dude went on to start Meta glasses, Oculus. He's doing all these fine things. He integrated and mixed and collaborated with Instagram. You thought you really could just ban the president and that won't come back and bite you? You got individuals that are really serious on on moves. Like, these are really high-end individuals that think they so privileged. As long as I got billions and hundreds of billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, I can't be touched. That's crazy. I'm like, wow. Anybody with mine would be underneath the jail doing something crazy like that. But let me play it for you. Let me play it. You need to hear it. I want to see. This is what happens when you think you're above reproach. You think that nobody can come for you. Let me play it.
Meta, the parent company for Facebook, agrees to pay Trump $25 million, $22 million of which will be going to the Trump Presidential Library. Why? Because Meta is settling a lawsuit filed by President Trump because Meta suspended Trump's social media accounts after January 6th, the worst day in the history of the Surrender Republic. This is according to 3 people familiar with the matter and according to reporting. This on top of ABC News agreeing to pay $15 million to President Trump's library because of defamation that was advanced by George Stephanopoulos, the political anchor for ABC News. This is really good stuff.
$15 million by ABC and $25 million by actually Meta.
I am so excited. For the President Trump, the Donald J. Trump Presidential Library and Casino to be located in Atlantic City. That is what I am lobbying for. I am excited in no small part because, as of now, this whole thing is going to be funded by the most left-wing organizations that have been trying to destroy Trump for 10 years. This is so beautiful.
Okay? I just want you to hear and be aware of what's going on, because a lot of you guys are not, and you have to pay attention. Now we're going to go over here to, because they making moves and they serious about it. But everybody thinks that's an actual joke. Okay. So you can't play around in the sand and not, think that, you ain't going to get no sand in your shoes. Did you catch it? But anyways, let me play this right here. Let's move right along, because I want you to make sure you don't keep you long and you get this information. And I give you at least, if not daily news, I'm gonna give you every other day news so you can keep you abreast of what's happening. I'm gonna actually tell you what's happening with tariffs. Some of you guys don't know that today is Saturday. Okay, and this evening I'm doing the video. It just went in effect today, February 1st, on a Saturday, that actual tariffs are going to be paid. And some of us don't even know what that means. And they think it's a joke and how you going to implement that. Let them help you understand and break it down to you. Let them break it down to you. Okay? Because some of y'all just don't technically get it. So you going to understand today though, Yeah. They serious out here. Hold on. Let me play it for you. Listen.
President Trump signing aggressive new tariffs on some of America's biggest trading partners, 25% tariffs on goods coming in from U.S. and from Canada, 10% on Canadian energy, and an additional 10% on Chinese imports. Joining us now, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford. Thank you so much for being here with us. These tariffs, brand new, just signed within the last hour. I first just want your initial reaction, because you have said you plan to rain down economic punishment on America in response to these. What do you think comes next?
Well, first of all, Jessica, I just want to send our prayers and thoughts to the family that lost loved ones in the aviation accident. It's a tragedy. As for the tariffs, it was unjustified. It's unfair. And frankly, it was illegal, breaking a deal that we had with the USMCA deal. And it's disappointing. Canada and Canadians love the U.S. I love the U.S. I love the American people. We're your closest ally and trading partner, your largest export destination in the entire world. This is going to hurt Americans. It's going to hurt Canadians. We're going to see inflation happen down in the U.S. and in Canada. And it's unjustified.
And so what steps will Canada take next? I mean, we are expecting to hear from your prime minister. He was supposed to speak within the hour. Obviously, we have been monitoring the NTSB update. But what do you think happens? What does Canada do now?
Well, we'll have retaliatory measures. It's unfortunate. We don't want to do it. We'd rather have a strong trading partner with the U.S., build an AMCAN fortress. We want to ship down more products, more critical minerals, more oil. That's what we want to do. But I can assure you what President Trump underestimates, the resilience of the Canadian people, the strength of the Canadian people. No matter what political stripe you come from in Canada, we're united. We're a united country, and we're a proud country.
And when you say retaliatory measures, is that retaliatory tariffs, you believe?
Yes, there'll be retaliatory tariffs, and the Prime Minister will announce that shortly.
So I wanted you to actually hear that, okay? Because they ain't gonna let this play like lightly. It's another video from actually Justin Trudeau, and I'm gonna play that for you there. But before, I want you to make sure, some of you, just in case you want to know, this is some cayenne pepper right here. 2 squirts to 4 squirts and 4 ounces of glass water. It keep you right, you know, preventative of strokes and heart attacks. Just a note for yourself. And down there at foursightsoflife.com, you can go over there and get and take a look and get some of that. Okay, so support it if you choose to take care of your health. All right, but let me play this right here, because a lot of you guys, you need a little bit more support on that information to understand what how serious and deep this is. Okay, so because some individuals just don't technically get it. Okay, you don't technically get it, but I'm here. I want you to stick your head out the sand so you can pay attention. Okay, pay attention. All right, listen here. This is breaking news straight from Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announces a 25% tax on $155 billion worth of goods from the United States. Let me actually do some math on that, okay? Let me do some math. Let me do some math, okay? Because some of y'all may not get it. Okay, 155 billion, take away 75%. That's $38,750 million. $38,750 million that they have to pay. Okay, that they have to pay for the goods. Let me play this so you can see how serious this is. This is not no fun and games. I'm not laughing. You got real people out there that's going to be suffering from this tariff tax. But this country feels in the United States that Canada has been taking advantage of them, and they want them to be what is it called, a 51st state, or either, you know, find other ways how to get it. That's what they want them to do. This is serious out here. So let me play it for you. Okay, listen to the Prime Minister out there in Canada.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Ce soir, j'annonce la réplique du Canada.
Maybe you didn't understand and you didn't really catch it. Listen.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action.
They're going to respond, okay? Because they ain't ready to pay this.
With 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday.
$30 billion coming this Tuesday. So after Sunday, you watching this Sunday, come Monday, come Tuesday, they got to play $30 billion. Canada. Okay? Wow. Because they're getting this much of goods from United States. But look.
Followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives.
$125 billion remaining 21 days after Tuesday. They got to come up and pay the tariff taxes on that, which comes up to about $38 billion, roughly $39 billion. Okay. It's total in less than 24 days. Less than 25 days.
Ce soir, j'annonce.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted you to make sure you was brought up to speed. You have to not be sticking your head in the sand, and I'm gonna help you not stick your head in the sand. Follow Kareem here at ForesightsLife.com, and on the channel, YouTube channel, I'm gonna bring you news from HK Network so you guys can actually pay attention and kept up with speed. It's a lot of information trending, more than just all that entertainment stuff that's going out there. Actually, news that's going on with cryptocurrency, sign or executive order there. You have to understand what's going to happen with AI. It's not really good for you and us, for a country and people in general, but you can't stop it. It's coming. It's here. And so you have to understand that this generational transformation is here, whether you like it or not. Herbert Kareem. Y'all have yourself a good evening.